Of my favorite things about the Blood Oath fresco are the fantastical costumes that these Hungarian chieftains are wearing. Due to the swiftness of the Hungarian conquest of the Pannonian Basin and how relatively quickly they Europeanized, it's hard to imagine exactly what the nomadic steppe ancestors looked like when they were still in the east. This fresco was made during a period of significant reimagination of the Hungarian past, focusing on their Asianness and pulling from similar peoples, in particular the Scythians. The Scythians, nomadic people who spoke an Iranian language, are basically a separate people group from the Hungarians, but since the Scythians were kind of top dogs of the Eurasian steppe for hundreds of years, there's definitely a lot of crossover. In fact, there are quite a few words that have etymologies in Iranian languages and even cognates in today's Ossetian or even Persian. For example, kard meaning sword and ezer meaning 1000. In the Iron Age, the Scythians were prominently associated with pointed hats or helmets. Many depictions of them had pointed hats, and in many instances they were even described as the people with the pointed hats. Naturally, as artists like Bertalan were embracing that orientalness of the Scythians and ancient Hungarians, the pointed hat was a natural fit for the ancient Magyar chieftains. And it's not even that much of an embellishment. This helmet, discovered in Pécs in Hungary, dating to a period where it quite possibly could have been worn by a very early Hungarian warrior, has that classical, conical, pointed shape. Compare it as well to a helmet like this from the Khazar Khaganate, where the Hungarians lived in close proximity for a very long time before their journey westward. So it's honestly not that far-fetched at all that these would have been their helmet shapes, although the feather plumage might have been the author's way of blending the present with the past. I also want to direct you to one of my favorite details of the fresco, these incredible textiles. In addition to the incredible tassels, colorful skirt embroidery, and elaborate chainmail, Bertalan went on a limb and assumed that at least a couple of the Magyar chieftains must have obviously been wearing leopard skin capes. In fact, the Scythians definitely depicted a lot of leopards throughout their artwork, even in some of their tattoos, and did significant trade with countless societies that would have hunted leopards, so nomadic peoples absolutely would have been familiar with such creatures and their pelts. It's up for debate whether the ancient Hungarians or these 7 chieftains would have had such goods, but I think it looks hard, so I want to believe.